if I look and take a perspective of 20 years or so about data, then we sometimes refer to it as data 1.0, when the data really belonged to the application. About 15 years ago or 20 years ago, Informatica was one of the pioneers of ETL and data integration, actually taking the data from a single siloed application to an integrated from multiple applications. We're living now in the data 3.0 era.
I'm here with Ronan Schwartz, Senior Vice President, General Manager of Cloud, Big Data, and Data Integration from Informatica. Ronan, thank you for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Congratulations, a lot of great news about Informatica recently, some great coverage from Forrester, from Gartner, top of the Magic Quadrant. You guys just seem to be racing out ahead of the competition.
Thank you very much, and what's exciting, Informatica always had very good engineering and amazing products at the leading edge. What's really exciting is that these products are now in the cloud. We just are leading the hybrid data management. It is all very, very relevant to the AWS and the cloud in general. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, and as an integrator who is doing on-prem and doing cloud and doing hybrid, where the fact that we're partnering with you guys, and you're really one of a very few, if not the only vendor, who really is providing solutions for both on-prem, hybrid, and of course public clouds.
Yes, and we really appreciate the partnership and the opportunity to work with you. Customer need a lot of guidance these days. There is a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could share with us, what is a data lake? I know this is one of the areas that you guys are really focusing on. It's exploding as an opportunity, but maybe give us a little background. What is a data lake, Ron?
So to answer that question, I need to start with sharing what is the change that happened in the data world. And what happened is in the data 1.0 time, about 20 years ago, basically data was part of an application. People would key something in the application, it would be saved under that, and the data really almost belonged to the application. Data 2.0 was really about integrating data from multiple applications and really giving insight, automating processes and so on. Informatica was one of these companies that led that with ETL and data integration and so on. We're now in the data 3.0 era, where the data is actually in the center. The data have a value of its own. Data is really a key asset. And the reason for that is actually the huge growth in the amount of data. The different data that exists, not just structured data, also semi-structured and unstructured data. And data that's really not coming just from application, data that's coming from everywhere. From IoT devices, from mobile devices, data that's coming from social media. And this is actually opening a whole new set of challenges. The data lake is the approach or the right architecture to address these new challenges. Really give a solution to the problem of how to manage data as the center of your organization, as the key asset of your organization.
How would you position and what the implications are in terms of cloud computing, in terms of data analytics? You know, obviously it's sort of a ripple effect, if you will.
Yeah, so together with the opportunity and this growth of data, different types of data, different latencies of data, you also are facing new challenges. And without cloud computing, you would not be able actually to address some of these new challenges. Your ability to scale and actually address the massive growth of data is only possible with the power of cloud. Your ability to actually process this massive amount of data is only possible with cloud. The ability to actually make it cost effectively and give this new insight is empowered by the cloud. So I think cloud computing is one of the key enablers of data lake, of the data 3.0 architecture and world.
What is the end state of analytics as a service and digital transformation look like based on going from information 1.0 to 3.0, data lakes, all of this, cloud, so now we have even further downstream implications?
I think what will happen in the next 2 to 3 years is that companies and users are going to get significantly more insight faster than ever before. They'll be able to ask questions they did not ask before and get answers that are more detailed, more customized, not just to the question, but also to themselves. And I think it's going to be a very, very exciting world. At the same time, to do it, they will actually need to do a lot of work in the back end to make it possible. And actually the data lake and establishing this data lake right is a big part of that work.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's the difference between a data lake and a data warehouse?
Data warehouse is really the data 2.0 solution to how to enable enterprises to answer questions mainly about structured data, mainly based on predefined set of questions or area of questions, and therefore the data warehouse is actually making the data easily available to answer these questions.
Right.
As the data is actually changing in volume, the data is changing in structure, the data lake is actually expanding or enhancing what the data warehouse was able to answer with a whole new set of questions, a whole new set of unknown questions that you can only answer through the data lake. These are not really coming to replace each other, they're coming to complement each other. Okay. I still see data warehouse answering key questions for the enterprise for many years to come. The data lake will be embraced to answer new questions, to answer questions that were not where the data warehouse is not planned to answer.
Okay, great. Why can't somebody just piece together some data lakes and just start getting value out of it? What are the implications of sort of maybe trying to go at it alone?
So without the right tooling, more data, more types of data, different latencies means a bigger headache. And the biggest risk that you have is you're not using the right infrastructure to build your lake is the risk of actually getting a swamp. It's a lot of data that you cannot find, you cannot actually put in order, and this premise of getting answers to questions you could not answer before is going to be lost. So the risk is that the bigger the data is, the higher the volume is, the bigger the pain can be. But with the right tooling, and the right tooling exists today, you actually can avoid this headache.
Yeah. And I love the visualization and the analogy of a swamp, right? Great visualization, and hopefully makes people realize the right planning is important, the right deployment of this so you can leverage it and get the value back out of it, and really bring the value to the business, because at the end of the day, that's what this is really about.
And I'm a huge believer that what happened by putting the data in the center in the data 3.0 era, data is so critical to the organization. It's just like water. The organization cannot really function without data for a long time. It really needs the data, it needs it at the right time, in the right way, and getting it in a clean way is very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Ronan, this has been great. I really appreciate you coming, spending some time with us, providing some clarity on data lakes and the value that they're going to bring. So thank you very much. It was great seeing you.
Thank you, Ira, and thank you for being an Informatica partner. We're really excited about our partnership.